So we have here Ashlin Halfnight and May Adrales, and they're here to talk about Ashlin's new play, A Hard Wall at High Speed, which May is directing here at the Astoria Performing Arts Center.
Well, it's a family drama that's set in South Florida. It's about a pilot and a mistake, and it's about his fall from grace as a result of that mistake. And it ideally, we hope, has something to say about where we are today as Americans in our lives and in the sort of, I guess, wider world as well.
Just to add with that, it's the central character, Johnny Cole, is the pilot in question, and he's the perfect everything until one day, and the whole world just starts to turn against him, and that's really the twist in the play.
She explained it much better than I did, clearly, always. But anyway.
What's your process of collaborating been like?
She does all the right things and cleans up all my messes, really, is what happens.
That was a pretty good example, though.
Yes.
Because we kind of riff off of each other.
Definitely.
And
I think, to start with, I think, that anytime a play is being seen for the first time, as a writer, there's a whole lot of rewriting and changing things, and I think one of the things that I've been really blessed with, I think, in this process is just May came in early on, and we've had a lot of really great discussions about what the play's about structure, about some of the minutia of the family and the characters, and then the creative staff in general, the actors and everybody right down the line has had a lot of really good input in terms of how to really tighten and sharpen the play. So it's been highly collaborative and really lovely from my end, anyway.
yeah, I would second that. And it's ever evolving. It's always in process. Every rehearsal we learn something new about the characters, or we learn something new about how the play moves and shapes and how it transforms us, and how it transcends. So it's a big learning process, and we just my job, I feel like, is just to roll with the punches and to kind of keep an eye on the prize. That we will be opening in front of an audience.
That's the way the cookie crumbles, and other things.
And what's it been like working here at APAC and with Tom Wojcik?
It's been great. I think we've been talking a lot about how it's just such a wonderful place with a wonderful feeling to it. Very welcoming, incredibly generous, and well organized. A lot of smart people who have their hearts really in just a really great place in terms of helping artists to do really good work. And I think no ego. And I think I've been sort of just really, really happy with everything from the get-go. And I think my hat is off to everybody here for what they're accomplishing.
Everyone is so passionate about what they do, and even though the budgets are small and they face obstacles, as you do with any off-Broadway production, they always do it with the most positive attitude and a can-do attitude, and it's just not something you find in every company.
I do it purely for the money. No, I think that, I don't know. That's a really great question. I think you had a really good answer for it just a minute ago.
I did?
About the immediacy of theater in terms of responding to the world. I think.
Right, where I was just in thinking about all my work with new plays. I think with theater, so basically all you need is a couple of actors that are willing to tell the story, and an audience that's ready to listen, whether it be one person or 6,000, and you can really, because of that tool, it really just takes one person on stage speaking. You can be very responsive to the world around you, and you can really deal with the pulse of what's going on in your culture at the moment. So I think that doing new plays, that's one of the reasons I love doing them.
I think just the other thing that I'll say sort of philosophically, is just I think we're at a place now where so much happens in a disconnected fashion. So many of our interactions as people are carried through wires or screens or satellites or whatever. And I think there's something really honorable about the effort to get in a room and do something together. And I think whether that is, I mean, there are many different things you can do in a room together, which sounds dirty, but I do think that there are very few places where we're asked to sort of attend and give and be generous to performers or to audiences, and I think that exchange is really a sacred thing, and I think it's found in fewer and fewer places in our lives today. So I think, and then also the money.
Come see this play. I promise you will be moved. In my first reading of it, cried. I'm not saying that everybody will, but it touches you if you're an American that has lived in the last 25 years and know what changes this country has gone through. You will be absolutely moved and uplifted by this play. You can't pull that on me.
I thought you were going
sorry.
first. Oh, I thought you were going first. I just only remembered.
You got all jazzed because you were like,
I got it. Okay. Should we start?